everyone, welcome if you are new here, welcome back if you are not. Thanks so much for joining me today. So as you can see, I skipped ahead, excuse me, I skipped ahead a few weeks. I think the last pregnancy update that I did was on weeks 18 and 19, and now I am on week 25. And so I'm just going to give you guys the whole synopsis from 20 to 25 weeks. You have to forgive me for doing this. We went out of town for a couple of weeks, not consecutively, so we went out of town for 1 week, Chad and I did, and then we came back, and about the time I got back into the swing of things and got caught up on laundry from being out of town for a week, the girls and I actually left and went out of town again, camping with my family for a week. Then we got back and both of the girls got RSV. Chad and I got the resulting adult colds. It was torture. That lasted for about 2 weeks. The girls had to have breathing treatments every 4 hours, not to mention antibiotics for the double ear infections that they had. It was a calamity, and everyone else is okay now. It's been a few weeks. They've been symptom-free. The girls and Chad have been symptom-free for about a week and a half, 2 weeks now, but because I am pregnant, I still have the lingering cough and congestion, and some days I feel better than others. So we're all just still hanging in there. But yeah, that's what has caused me to put this up so late.
For those of you who are interested, I also wanted to invite you to check us out on Instagram. My handle is @mental.health.mom, and there you will find additional updates, as well as me sharing some of my favorite products and fun things that are happening throughout the week. See you there.
So anyway, picking up where we left off, right now at 25 weeks, the baby is about the size of an eggplant, and the baby is also getting its startle reflex in motion. So since the baby is already practicing its startle reflex, that of course will be happening after birth as well, now is a great time, if this is your first baby, to go ahead and practice swaddling. We love swaddling. That really helps the babies to feel more comfortable and secure and helps them to sleep better because they do have that startle reflex. It'll tuck their arms in, which their arms and legs will be very tucked and very springy in the beginning because they've been cramped up in your stomach. And so keeping the babies in that secure posture really just helps them. Learning to swaddle will be something that you won't regret. I would recommend going ahead and doing that. Something else the baby has been doing is hiccuping a lot. You've probably felt that. That's how babies practice breathing. The baby is also practicing breathing through its nose as well, which is weird to me since it's submersed in amniotic fluid. It sounds painful, but apparently the baby's nose has started working at this point. And regardless of what race your baby is, the baby is starting to turn pretty pink right now, and that's because the capillaries under the skin are forming. So your baby is putting on a little bit of weight. It looks more like a healthy, chubby baby, and it has this little pink hue, which is really cute. So as far as I am concerned, week 20, I have 3 words: round ligament pain. Weeks 20 and 21, as I said, Chad and I were out of town. We were actually out of town for a wedding, and I had so much trouble getting around. There was a lot of walking involved, and of course Chad and I were walking through airports during that time as well, and my round ligament was just killing me. There was definitely no running, so I'm glad we didn't have a connecting flight to reach, but even walking, I was just constantly grabbing at my round ligament, trying to like hold up my belly. The belly band didn't even seem to help that much, to be honest. Normally I get this type of round ligament pain around week 16. I was thinking since I didn't get it at week 16 that I probably just wouldn't get the round ligament pain at all, but that was not the case. It definitely kicked in full force at week 20, and I had it from week 20 on to week 21. It was pretty miserable. I was very sore, hurting quite often. The place where we stayed also had stairs, and so as I would go from stair to stair, it's like my leg would support the weight of my belly, and then when I'd put my leg back down again, all that round ligament pain would come flushing back because then my belly was no longer supported by my leg from me stepping up. It was rough. So round ligament pain, didn't like it, never have. Pregnancy is hard. My heart was also doing weird things, heart palpitations, definitely just flutters as well. Very normal pregnancy symptom. During this time, your body just seems to go a little crazy when you're pregnant. That's the one thing that is hard for me about pregnancy. Well, actually, no, that's not the one thing. There are lots of things about pregnancy that are hard, but I do find that to be one of the hardest things, that you just feel like you don't know your body anymore. It has different functions. It reacts differently to things than it normally would. I mean, round ligament pain, heart palpitations. I just don't feel like I know my body at this point in pregnancy. Lots of leg cramps, no matter how much I hydrate. The leg cramps were present and prevalent. I also get very sleepy now during the day. So this is from weeks 20 on till 25. I definitely, the more I saw my belly growing and growing and growing, and I noticed this in my other pregnancies as well, as soon as you really start getting noticeably bigger really quickly, it just seems physically exhausting. Like, I could easily lay down for a nap during the middle of the day, which of course my two little girls will not let me do. And it's hard because the insomnia kicked back in as well. So I go all day and I have spurts of energy here and there, but I get tired a lot. I get very sleepy as well a lot. And so I go hours and hours of being really sleepy, and then I lay down at night to go to sleep and I can't sleep. It's really frustrating. So on the upside, my skin is much, much better now. I'm not even wearing any concealer at all. So that whole puberty situation that you go through in the first trimester, that really seems to have subsided. My skin is having that pregnancy glow now, which I'm in love with. That is a really cool perk of pregnancy. Your skin, some people say their skin gets infinitely worse, but after about halfway through the pregnancy, my skin has always gotten a lot better, which is great because I've never had perfect skin. My hair is a lot thicker as well too. This is another thing, a lot of women complain about their hair loss after pregnancy because pregnancy actually prevents hair loss. So you don't have all of that normal shedding that you would normally have. But a lot of women do experience that after they have the baby. Usually at about the 3-month mark, that's when women really start to notice that they're molting and all of their hair that they didn't shed during pregnancy is falling out. I noticed that a little bit with my second pregnancy, but nothing at all with my first pregnancy. Again, I get my placenta encapsulated, and so I think that helps significantly. The only other factor that I had with my second baby is that I had an epidural. Now, I know the epidural does suppress certain hormones that you release after you have the baby, so I'm gonna do a whole video on that because I know the epidural affected other things postpartum that were negative for me, but I'm not sure if that could have contributed to the hair loss or not. Like I said, that didn't happen with my first baby. That definitely happened with my second. I am not planning on getting the epidural at all this time. We have a more comfortable place that we're going to be giving birth. We're going to be giving birth in a birth center instead of a hospital. So I will have a tub readily available to me. I won't have to be hooked up to any monitors. And I know that this is just going to be a much better experience. We also have our doula as well, which is very exciting. And she's incredible. I love her. So no epidural this time, but I'm going to see if that really makes a big difference. We're still doing all the same things as far as me getting my placenta encapsulated. And so I'm going to see if my hair actually falls out this time postpartum, or if I keep it like it did in the first pregnancy, and then I'll let you guys know. So even though my stomach is huge now, or at least it feels huge, I still wake up on my stomach a lot. Apparently this is totally fine. I never go to sleep on my stomach. I can sleep on my back. It's not uncomfortable yet. It doesn't seem, I guess because the baby is still on the lighter side, it doesn't seem to cause any discomfort. I don't get lightheaded. I don't feel my face starting to flush, nothing like that. So, but I don't really like laying on my back at all. So I do normally fall asleep on my side with a pillow. I don't have a pregnancy pillow. And I always still wake up on my stomach. Which we have a super, super soft mattress. So I know it really supports, and even though I'm laying on my stomach, it's not like laying on the floor on your stomach. I think the really soft mattress is the reason that I am able to wake up on my stomach and not even realize it. So yeah, that happens a lot. I try to fall asleep on my side, but I always wake up on my stomach. Sort of an upside down turtle situation. I don't know what's up with that, but it happens. So I have noticed some really extreme mood fluctuations. Again, I keep this in check because I know that it's just because of the pregnancy. I don't take my emotions out on anyone, and I don't think too much into it because I know that it is hormonal. But I will go through almost like bipolar type symptoms where I have lots and lots of energy, and then I'll wake up sometimes and I just feel really down and really depressed and really low. And it's not to a point where I'm worried about it at all. Again, I'm a therapist, which really helps, and I know that this is hormonal, which also really helps. I just don't think about it too much. When I wake up and I'm really down and depressed, I just acknowledge the feeling, and I don't worry about house stuff that day. I don't put any more pressure on myself. I just try to take the girls and do something really fun. We try to spend a lot of time outside on those days because sunlight, vitamin D, fresh air, all of those things really help with depressive symptoms. So I really concentrate on that. And then, you know, we keep the TV off. We do fun things. I do things that help me feel more productive. Even if it's not cooking, we'll do things like making Play-Doh, which is something we've really been into lately. Or I will take Tinny outside and we'll all paint. Another thing we've really been into. All of these things really help to lift my mood. So that's really important to have these activities set aside that the girls not only enjoy, but I also really enjoy for those days when I am feeling more down, you know, more low. That's a very normal part of pregnancy. It's just hormonal. And so, as I said, I just don't think too much into it. The last symptom is that my hands were really, really tingly at various parts from week 20 to 25. Even yesterday, I noticed that my right hand was really tingly and it would fall asleep. I would often wake up from sleeping and one or both of my hands was asleep. This happened to my sister-in-law a lot with her last pregnancy. Again, I was pregnant with my second while she was pregnant with her third. And she actually started wearing, I think, some sort of a wrist brace or something like that, because this would happen every time she would fall asleep. I've never had that happen before. Definitely not to the severity that she did. It's only happened a couple of times, but that is a new symptom that I've never noticed. And throughout the day, my fingers do get really tingly. So there's that as well. Okay, that's it, you guys. I'm going to show you guys the bump update, and then I'm going to go. I apologize again for the length of this video as far as it being from 20 weeks to 25 weeks. Things have just been crazy. Life happens. I know you guys understand that. Leave some comments down below. Are you pregnant? Is that why you're watching this? Are you new? If you are, please introduce yourself. I love getting to know all of you guys. As always, for those of you who are not new and you're just tuning in because you love me, I love you too. Thanks so much again, you guys. I hope you have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.